Buenos dias, guys. Happy Monday morning. How you doing, buddy?
Good, not too bad.
Good.
Not too bad.
Good.
I got woken up by the yard work outside and the barking dogs, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Bear with us if all of a sudden you hear a bunch of engines firing up in the background. It's the lawn crew coming and they're mowing the lawn, everybody's lawns, and they're trimming the weeds and all that good stuff. So
Yes.
bear with us and a happy Monday morning to you.
Good morning.
Alright guys, we're getting down into it. Monday morning we've got, it's basic carb cycling tips. We're talking a little bit about nutrition and we'll be answering a couple of your questions. So wanted to talk about just basic carb cycling, and I know for any of you who are just tuning in, you know, essentially, and the way we always talk about it, keep in mind when it comes to a weight loss lifestyle, after you've made the decision to change mentally, psychologically, we're ready for this. One of the easiest ways that we've found when it comes to helping people change their lifestyle is by following just a basic cyclical kind of diet structure, diet pattern that's been known for years as carb cycling. And that's what Dee and I did as he lost his weight, and that's actually what we've done with, gosh, hundreds of other people. Actually, now there's been thousands of people who've been following the same kind of structure who've gotten some incredible results. So
Great success.
yeah, great success, yes. And we're so excited. There's a million ways to skin a cat here. So there's a lot of different ways that you can lose weight, but the key is really finding a lifestyle that works for you. And we are enamored, of course, with a cyclical kind of lifestyle, like a cycling lifestyle, because it allows us to pretty much indulge and reward ourselves every other day. And then what we do is we can peel back those rewards as soon as we feel comfortable doing so. So I mean, now we reward ourselves once or twice a week. And that's perfect for us because we're eating clean 5 days of the week. And of course, eating clean, we just feel so much better. It's important that we do reward ourselves just for the psychological aspect, but also physiologically inside the body by increasing our calorie intake and actually going beyond our calorie expenditure. Of course, that helps boost metabolic rate so we can continue our weight loss longer. So when we look at a simple carb cycling lifestyle from a lot of different perspectives, it makes sense and it's so easy. So that's why we like carb cycling.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, well, how is it for you as you're going through the journey?
Pretty good. You know, you have your ups and downs, and you know, I never feel like I have to go off of it because it's such a lifestyle and it's so easy to maintain, and I could do it anywhere. Yeah,
and that's the beauty of it, is that it never really stops. So it's the easiest way for us to kind of incorporate and to create a lifestyle of it, because it's not, you know, when you really start cycling, you're going to have a couple high days in a row, a couple low days in a row, and you can just constantly keep the cyclical diet going. So you can go on vacation, you can go nuts for a week, and then you come back and you just jump right back on track.
Back on.
Yeah, so it really truly is a lifestyle. So we're just going to be dropping more and more information on carb cycling for you guys, and once we get that 2-week quick start up and running, then you'll be able to jump on there and just go through a basic carb cycle. And one of the really cool things about it is that it allows you to follow these certain markers along the way that's far beyond just jumping on a scale and seeing how you're doing by weighing yourself and seeing if you lost weight. There's all these other signs for success, like water weight, body temperature, energy levels, and as you're following that kind of lifestyle, there's on the highs, you follow these certain road signs, and on the lows, there's other road signs. So you constantly know when you're on track because you're just keeping track of your energy levels, your body temperature, your body weight, your water weight, your cravings, your appetite, all these different markers that it's so cool because it's almost like your body's talking to you through the whole thing, and we just kind of teach you what it's saying. So cool stuff, very cool stuff.
All right.
We had a lot of questions coming in about nutrition also this week.
Yeah,
so.
I actually have two.
Cool.
Somebody wants to know, should I count calories or carbs?
Yes. Okay, so ultimately, when we just get down into the science of it, weight loss is, of course, it's from a calorie deficit. It means that you've consumed, overall, fewer calories than your body has burned. So really, when we're looking at it from that 50,000 foot perspective, weight is lost because of a calorie deficit. It means that you simply burned a lot more calories than you consumed. Now, it gets a little bit trickier than that, especially when we start looking at the calorie intake, not just every day, but every couple hours. And that's why, instead of actually looking at calories, I've completely pulled back from just focusing on calories and really started focusing more on carbohydrate, protein, and fats. So not just counting calories or carbs, but I want you just focusing on a per meal basis, because that's really how weight is lost. It's lost per meal. So it's every 3 hours. We strategically select meals that are high in protein, and then we actually select whether they're going to be high in carbohydrate, low in carbohydrate, or higher in fats. And I know it might sound a little bit tricky. It's so easy. And so what I've done is actually we'll color code it, and as soon as we'll get the program out there, you'll see how we've kind of color coded the meals for the day. So you just know, hey, it's breakfast, it's a high carb meal. It's snack, it's a high carb meal. It's lunch, it's a low carb meal. And so we actually select our carbohydrate intakes by the meal, and that way we're strategically boosting metabolic rate or burning fat. So we can have a lot more fun. We're controlling what we call, in the fitness world, the anabolic and catabolic processes of the body by focusing on carbohydrate intake, and of course, carbohydrate depletion, but at the same time, overall, what we do is we create a structure it's always going to be an overall calorie deficit. And now, some days you might actually go into a calorie expenditure, but overall, by the end of the week, your body's been at an overall calorie deficit, so weight is always lost. That's the beauty of it. Weight is always lost.
All right, I have another question for
Cool.
you that goes hand in hand with this question, I guess. What is a carb, protein, and a fat?
And you know what? That's a great question. It really is. It's the fundamental question of everything that we're doing, and it's important that you understand what a carb, a protein, and a fat is as you're beginning any kind of nutrition, any kind of new lifestyle, any kind of understanding. You got to learn what the three main ingredients of the chemicals we put in our body are, and they are carbs, they're proteins, and fats. Now, of course, our proteins are broken down in the smallest pieces as they're floating through our bloodstream. They're amino acids. Carbohydrates are broken down into something, every carbohydrate out there is broken down into something called glucose. So by the time it reaches our bloodstream, it's glucose, which is blood sugar. We've probably heard that a lot, especially with the rise in diabetes. So there's increased awareness of blood sugar, which is glucose. As we consume carbohydrates, it's broken down into glucose in our blood. And of course, fats are, as they're broken down and they're traveling through the bloodstream, fatty acids. So we can have a lot of fun with this, and if you actually want to see what the actual kind of foods are, so let's make this applicable, let's make it a real lifestyle. It's important that you know what kind of foods are carbohydrates, what kind of foods are proteins, and what kind of foods are fats. So check out, actually, if you go to the blog, under the Eat section, we have Eat, Move, Live, Love, and Learn. Go to Eat, and you'll actually, somewhere down there, there's all these different lists of a bunch of the acceptable proteins, carbohydrates, and fats on the program. So check those out, and hopefully it'll answer all of your questions.
All right.
Bam!
I think we're done.
Bam, bam, bam! Dude, we're on fire today. This is fantastic.
Yes, at least you are. I'm still.
I'm still. I gotta be honest.
And
I'm
of
still
course-
waking up too.
Yeah, and of course we have our friends in town.
Yes, so we're putting in some long days. Bear with us. We're going to be kind of groggy for about the next 10 to 12 days. We got a lot going on. We've got cameras in town. We've got, oh man, I can't even begin to describe the pandemonium and the chaos that's going around. And it'll be fun because you guys will actually be able to get to see this soon on television. Actually, you'll get to see them filming us doing what we're doing now. So stay tuned.
Yes.
A lot more to come. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful Monday.
Bye.